Just why? What's up, guys? Today we're going to be diving into a pretty interesting topic, and it's something that I really notice in the anime community that it's so used over and over again. It is harems in anime. And guys, I have a pretty big issue with that, okay? Okay, so before we jump straight in, for those of you who don't know, I did a poll yesterday. Just wanted to see what's your opinion about harem and tropes, really. And I was pretty surprised. At least 50% of y'all stated that y'all don't mind harem tropes unless it's done right, which I completely understand. The issue comes to play is the fact majority of time is not done right, okay? So today we're going to be diving into the pros and cons involving harems and really break it down if harem should even exist in anime. Okay, let's get started. So for those of you who don't know what the harem is, I'm gonna give you some quick context, okay? The term harem originates from the Arabic word harim, meaning a sacred or forbidden place. Historically, harems were secluded bases in royal or elite household in the Middle East and Mediterranean, where women of the family lived, symbolizing wealth, power, and the seclusion of women from public light. While historically harems were tied to social structures and status, the anime version, on the other hand, has turned it into a fantasy romantic wish fulfillment, okay? Let's be so for real, guys. There are some good sides involving, harems and anime. It's not too many, but I'm gonna give you some good ones. Obviously, the number one being self-fulfillment, okay? Let's be honest. The main reason I would say why anime harems were created in the first place is, let's face it, the idea of its self-insert material, okay? They let the audience project themselves onto the protagonist and live out whatever fantasy of being adored by a group of attractive and quirky characters. Let's face it, let's be so for real. It's like Wattpad, but anime version. Like, you get to have your own insert version and imagine yourself as the protagonist. Since it's very common and what I notice a lot of people have an issue with, especially involving in the anime community itself. Okay, let's be so for real. How many times when you watch an anime harem and the main character is often painfully average? Like, I don't know how I can stress this enough. That's why I notice so many protagonists in anime, especially harem animes, they have so bland characteristics. It's honestly depressing. Let's be so for real. They look basic as hell. Oh my gosh, majority of our protagonists in a lot of these harems, they honestly have no real outstanding features. Like, I've seen that a lot. I don't know if y'all noticed. I think that's something intentional by the author themselves as a way for us, the viewers, to really envision ourselves as that protagonist doing those things, having all those people have essentially affection for us. So I find that pretty funny, but at the same time, it is very good at that, I would say, and that's probably another reason why it's so popular in the first place. The different type of stereotype characteristics. If y'all haven't seen my other video, Brothers Conflict, it's a really interesting anime. Let's just say that. And I would argue this is the perfect example of the different archetypes of characters you can meet and potentially get with. You know how, like, in a lot of harem animes, they have all the different types of potential love interests. You got the quirky character, you got the really mean one that wants to be a bitch, but at the same time is secretly in love with you, or even the smart nerdy one. Like, there's so many to choose from, to which you can honestly adorn and love in whatever shape or form, and they're all to your disposal. It's crazy to say that, hey, I'm not saying it, they're saying it, okay? I'm just saying what they're saying. Okay, just let's be honest, it's like so many archetypes showing different personalities, which is pretty refreshing. Like, don't get me wrong, it's pretty refreshing, and it's a nice way of showing different types of dynamics being put together and showcasing the difference, so I think that's pretty cool. But I got some things to say about this, because the biggest issue involving this, I would argue, is how it leaves a lot of the characters one-dimensional. When the characters become one-dimensional, let's be honest, it lacks in a lot of creativity in itself, as well as the involvement of watching it in the first place. It's very boring, I would say, of how much it's used, to the point to where honestly it makes me lose genuine interest in a lot of harem animes. I don't know if it's just me, but that's how I felt about its whole repetitiveness nature. And it's like, come on guys, give me some more. That's really what it comes down to. The next painfully obvious repetition that I see all the time is the obvious end game. And by this, guys, I'm talking about, it is so clear from the start. I don't know if the creators do this on purpose. I don't know if y'all also noticed too. You can already tell in like the first 2 to 3 episodes who the main character is gonna get with. I don't know if it's just me. I've seen this in like Ouran High School. I don't know if y'all know that anime. I've seen it in so many that it's honestly painfully it's painfully annoying, because it's like, what's the point of me watching 24 more episodes when I know for a fact who they're gonna get with? Like, guys, fuck already. Like, geez, come on now. Oh my gosh, I see this all the time. So that's like the only nitpick I have involved with those. But if you could see, it's pretty nice to have that once in a while in a genre. And then last but not least, and my last gripe with anime harems is its freaking plot. Oh my gosh, bro. Like, I don't know what it is. I feel as though people who genuinely don't give a fuck about the plot story, it's more so like smut type of webtoons. I don't know if y'all know about these. Okay, for some of the guys who might be watching my video, let's just say it's really making a fanfic, but just more so smut related. I shouldn't be that surprised, because let's be honest, it's a harem anime, but it's so oversaturated to where a lot of times they don't have a plot, and it's so obvious that it's more so for the sexual hints than anything. Like, it is like so bad that it's like, I wouldn't even consider it anime at this point. It's just a fanfic. Let's be honest, guys. Let's be honest, okay? Like, come on. And it's so sad too, because I would be enjoying like a solid fantasy based anime, right? It says it in the tags, okay? Don't get me wrong. I know what I'm looking at. I know what I read when I read the plot, okay? So don't play me. But I will watch this anime, and it says the protagonist is going on this huge adventure, and they're gonna meet all these different people, and it's gonna be an amazing time. And it has a solid plot too. And then the protagonist meets this one character. They show some hints of love. Okay, that's fine. It's fine. We're still in a fantasy. Of course there might be some love. I get that. And then they meet another character, and then another, and then another. And then all of a sudden, our protagonist has a harem all of a sudden. Then the plot basically turns from an adventure anime to who are they gonna bed? Like, kid you not? This happened to me so many times when I watch anime. I might be looking in the wrong place. I don't know where I'm looking at, guys. It might be those dark websites I be getting on talking about some Tiffany's asking for me. I don't know. But let's just say it be getting freaky. Honestly, guys, I used to have a huge stigma towards anime harems in general from the ones I used to see when I was basically a child. It was pretty traumatic. Not gonna lie, it was pretty traumatic. But in me making this video, I was able to dive deeper into them and really get some good ones. It gave me an idea of why so many people like it in the first place. And I admit, they were really good, okay? I'm going to show you some of the ones that I watched that I actually enjoyed, and tell me if y'all watched those. Please tell me down below how y'all thought about them. But really, it really opened up my eyes on the whole genre itself to help me give y'all a solid, I would argue, a devil's advocate response, because I wanted to be honest with y'all how I felt about the genre itself and its tropes. So I was happy to be able to experience that with y'all. So anime harems. Honestly, you never know what you can get, okay? They can be fun, chaotic, and even heartwarming when they're done right. But they're often weighed down by repetitive tropes, predictable endings, and shallow storytelling. While some shows manage to break the mold and bring something unique to the table, But hey guys, that's my take. Love them, hate them, who cares? Harems have carved out their place in anime, and they're not going anywhere anytime soon. So tell me, what do you think? Are harems your guilty pleasure, or do they drive you up the freaking wall? Let me know in the comments below, and thank you all so much for joining me. And please don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and I'll catch y'all on the flip side.